Tzariyal from Beis. How Gavra does love Sutta Dime. Betovasano. We'll start a little at the little one before that. Number of cases. Who Gavra David Maskibe Meo Zuzi. Person owed 100 zuz, $100. Shochiv, he died. Let's listen to the story. Shochiv Shova Ketina Daro. Dabishabe Chamshin Zuzi. Left over a small piece of property that was worth 50. So what? So there's a lien. Right, a person, he has a balchov, he has a piece of property worth $50. Also balchov, a Torah flake. So the balchov comes, takes the property. Tzadi Alphan base. Oza Yasmi, Yovali Chamshin Zuzi. So the Yisomim, he's owed 100. Yeah, what happens? The land itself can't be liened, right? He can't take more than 50 because it's not worth more than 50. So what happens? He comes and takes the property. Ozu Yasmi, Yavale Chamshin Zuzi. Hold the Torah flow. After they take the 50, again he takes it. No. Mitzvah alishom lifrochov avian. The first 50 they paid, even though we say metaltlin yasmin lo mishtabdi, that the metaltlin of the yisomim are lo mishtab, but there's a mitzvah because of kibbutz to pay off the debt of the father, even though there's no chiyuv. So when they paid off to pay off the chiyuv. So it wasn't a puron betos, right? There's a mitzvah. They did a mitzvah. Well, yeah, but they pay. So he said, they gave back to her. He said, okay, I'm taking it again. Because he owed him 100. See, they'll say, but Taldi asked me, lo mishtabdi. Doesn't make, but you willingly gave the money to pay off the chov. So it's not no, originally they gave the money. It was a puron, it's not a puron betos. Because there's a mitzvah lechabit avian. So it's a mitzvah. So what happened? Omar lehen mitzvah yishom lefrochov avian. Sahani kamoi. So the first time you paid the 50, mitzvah savdisu. You did a mitzvah. Hashto ki torif bedin torif. Now when he's taking, he has a lien because the land is what? Even though you yorshim on the land, but the land has a shibut. Therefore, he has a right to take the land. So he collected his whole 100. It's only if they didn't say the 50 we're giving you is really for the land. Because if they said that, it's to release the lien from the land. So they're not paying that lefro chov avian, right? He has a lien on the land, right? There's a mitzvah to pay off the chov. We're not interested in that. We're paying, we want to release the lien from the land. If they said that, then they keep the land. Because he agreed. But they say it's for the land, so they removed him. They removed the creditor. The creditor no longer has a claim to the land. No, because he has a lien. The first 50, he owes him 100. You can't take more than 100, more than 50 out of the land. So he gave because he still has a lien. You only satisfy 50% of the debt. The other 50% to the. So therefore, when I give it back, if I have it, what am I taking it from? I'll sell back to you 50, but still the lien. It's like I have a land with lien. It's sold 20 times. The 20th person who has it. The original credit goes after the 20th person because factually the sheep was in the land. So he takes it out back again. That was the chokhmah what he did. It was never removed because it was never satisfied. We'll see, next page, you see the genius, finances, how to work it out, how to protect yourself. Person he sold his mother's ksuba, betovas hanor. It's not for full, it's discounted, seriously discounted. Because what happens if she predeceases the husband, right, she gets nothing. And what happens if there's no son? So the ksuba's been the dichrin, never goes to what? Never goes to the son. So therefore, he sold it, betovas hanor. V'omalei asyo eimum aro, and the son says to this person who buys it, he says, if my mother comes with a claim against it, some kind of claim, and then after she takes back, I mean, let's say the husband predeceases, right? Lo maftzina loch. Yeah, I'm not going to in any way deal with you. How does he explain the word maftzina? I mean, I'm not going to reimburse you. I'm not going to reimburse you. I mean, it's like selling property without achrayus. Now, some person sells property, sell with a guarantee. If my debtor comes and takes my credit takes your property, I'll reimburse you for the money. Very few people buy land with guarantees. The Ksub says, he says, no guarantee. If whatever happens, my mother comes with a claim against you, you're taking a chance. It's your problem. You're not going to be reimbursed. And he bought it. Shchivi may, so his mother died. She never, right? She did it. So who inherits the ksuba now? The son, the one who originally sold it. What do you mean the buyer? Not the buyer, the seller. The seller. Yeah, but the fact wasn't his to sell. That's what he comes. It wasn't his to sell. So Rashi has a question, right? No, Rashi says, because there's a whole discussion. If you buy a piece of property, stolen, you steal property, you sell it, and sell without a price. And now, when the the buyer realizes, and the owner comes, takes it, you have to reimburse him. So the Gemara is going to be mechalik. Rashi is mechalik. A person, even if he's a thief, he wants to keep his reputation. He writes, no, because he sold it as an owner. So therefore, he wants to be seen that he's not an unfair person. So when he sold it, even though it was stolen, he's agreeable to give the money because he wants to make him memnuse. He wants to retain his status as an upright person, even though he stole the field. Here, originally, the whole thing was there's no make him memnuse. We'll see Rashi in a minute. So what happens? So he comes and he makes a claim. He claims you have no right to the ksuba. We'll see Rashi. He wasn't a shliach of his mother to sell it. Wasn't a shliach. Because he figured, I'm going to be the heir if his mother should die. He comes, he says, I want it back. The properties, the dichron, whatever you have over here, I want back. Yeah. Soba Romi Bar Chomel Meimer, you b'mokim himei koi. Right? You know better than your mother. If your mother, right? If the mother would have taken it back, the man, there's no guarantee he doesn't get his money back. So here he's coming as an heir because now he inherited the ksuba because his mother died, right? And since the ksuba was sold illegally, so to say, it wasn't his mother sold it. So if that's the case, he has a right to take it back. Even though if she would have taken back, you don't take responsibility. But if you take it back yourself, see, even though legally you're an heir, but what was your intent when you said there's no guarantee? He received the money. I don't give any guarantee. If my mother takes it back, that's your problem. But if I take it back, that's a different story. Okay, so take a look in Rashi. Very interesting Rashi. He has to give it back. Why? Right? He says, although, right? Because you can't sell something, right? You can't transfer something that was never yours. Kedetanya, Mashiira Shmei Abba Mochaloch. The person says, what I will inherit from my father should be sold to you. You can't sell something that you don't own, right? He says, hear this? Person steals a piece of property, steals a piece of property and sells it stolen, then he buys it. He went and bought it from the owner. Meaning from the one who he victimized, he purchased it. 1 second. Right, so over there, the buyer has a right to keep it. Even though when he sold it, it wasn't a valid sale. Right? Reuven goes, steals a property, sells it to Shimon. After he sells it to him, Reuven goes and buys it from the person he stole it from. Right? No. Reuven, the thief, whatever he bought it. Now the question is, does the buyer, Shimon has a right to keep it. Even though when he bought it, originally, it was stolen. No, it doesn't make a difference, but it wasn't a kinyan. When he bought it originally, it wasn't a kinyan. Could Reuven now come with a claim that the property goes in value? Does Reuven have a right to go with a claim now and take the property away from Shimon? Because it was never a transfer. Wait, so it says, but why? Wait, because when he sold him, he says, the awesome lokot, 1 second, he says, Ma mocha rishon l'sheni, what did the first one sell? All the rights he has, right? So he has the right to keep it because he bought it. So he has no right to take it away from the one who he sold it to originally. He says, the awesome lokot davko, the torach abasra, fizovna. Why did he have to buy it? He could have just disappeared. Because he wanted to maintain his integrity with what? With the original owner. With the lokeach. Right. Right? He gets back the property and he gives the man back his money. Let's say he stole his father's property. And he sold to a person. No, he stole. No. A person steals. Let's say he stole his father's land, stole it, sold it to a person. Then his father dies. So now he owns the land. Does he have to reimburse it? Could we say that the land remains to the person? There we don't say it. Here the one did an overt act to purchase it. That we say is to establish your integrity with the buyer. Of course, he did something. Here he did nothing. He purchased. He went to buy Torah. He did nothing. Came to him. Since you didn't indicate that, therefore, you could say, "Here's your money back. Give me back the property." Let's say the property goes up in value. No, but again. No, good. Wait, so he goes to explain. No, wait. So, wait. Dosam loko dafko. The Torah abasra v'zovne. Wait a second. Ki heichod deleke b'emnuse. That's the reason. There he wants to maintain that he was torech to buy it because he wanted to maintain his integrity with the buyer, right? Avo b'nofelo b'Yerusha amrina hosam Yerusha memela hava v'lo torach l'meke emnuse. He couldn't care less what the buyer thinks about him. Therefore, v'chozer b'mechiroso mazemos. He could take the property back, gives him back his money. Okay, let's go further. No, leave it. Further. Who gathered this number? Amalei Rovo. Yeah. Amar Rabbi Barchom Ruvain. Listen to the story here. Ruvain shemachosada l'Shimon shlo b'achrayus. Ruvain sells a field to Shimon, no guarantee. That means if the creditor of Ruvain comes, takes away from Shimon, Shimon cannot come back to Ruvain and say, I want my money back. Also Shimon, listen to the story. Umochel Ruvain b'achrayus. Yeah. Shimon sold it back to Ruvain b'achrayus. So now, if Ruvain's creditor is going to come take the property away from him, Shimon owes him the money, right? Here, you got to listen to the story here. Ruvain goes, sells his property to Shimon without achrayus. So let's say Ruvain's creditor would go to Shimon and take away the property. Shimon can't say a word. So here meaning, now he goes and buys the property. He sells the property back to Ruvain, but he'll only buy it back with the guarantee. Ruvain's creditor now takes away from Ruvain, which he has a right. Shimon has to reimburse. Shimon has to reimburse Ruvain for the purchase price, right? Wait. V'osa balchov de Ruvain v'kotoriv leiminei dinuhu the also Shimon umavsilei. Shimon has to go square away the deal. He has to reimburse him. Omali Rova, no. Listen to this. Need achrayis the alma kobol alei. Achrayis the nafshi mi kobol alei. He says if it would have been a third party coming, let's say he would have sold it to Levi. So what does Levi have to do with this balchov? So because Levi has no responsibility to that person, it's being taken. Therefore, when Levi bought it, he bought it with a guarantee that if somebody's problem becomes my problem, I want to be guaranteed. So therefore, he agreed to take that responsibility. But this headache that he has, Ruvain, that's his own headache. That he never intended to take give that kind of guarantee. The guarantee, if he was speaking, he wasn't specific. No, if he wasn't specific. No, but he bought it back with a guarantee. We say, what does the guarantee include? This is called limited warranty. It's a limited warranty.
Everybody but you.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Levi is an innocent guy. He buys it. He says, I don't want somebody else's headache. I don't need somebody else's baggage. I guarantee. I'll give a guarantee. If it's taken away, I'll reimburse you for the money. But this is Ruvain's own creditor is taking it. So your creditor takes it. I should pay you. I should pay off your debt. There's no way.
But it makes sense. It makes sense because on the condition that Shimon bought it, you already took the risk.
It's irrelevant. You took. It doesn't make a risk.
The original creditor that comes
but
to was there before Reuben sold it to him.
Doesn't make a difference.
So let's say he didn't sell it back to Reuben, he still will lose it. The same creditor. But he bought it without an achayim.
No, good.
Right?
He got, wait, Shimon got paid for the land.
No, but Shimon-
He sold it, but he bought it without achrayus.
Reuben sold it to Shimon without achayim.
Right.
Which means if the creditor a day after Reuben comes in and takes
You
it,
lose it.
Reuben, we lose it.
Oh, good, good.
Good.
Shimon goes,
Now Shimon goes and sells it with achayus to Reuben or to whoever.
wait.
Comes the creditor of Reuben, the original one,
Yeah.
and takes it from Reuben. Shimon is guaranteed.
No, sir. Rava says he doesn't get the guarantee. That's what Rava is saying. That's what Rami Bachomer. Rami Bachomer says what you're saying.
But it makes sense because
So he says no, because we could say with certainty.
by Shimon, he will lose it anyway. No, he will lose it anyway. But let's say he didn't sell it to Reuben back. He lost it because he wasn't after the chayil. So the original credit.
He's saying, no, it's irrelevant. The question is, what was his das? When I gave you the guarantee, what guarantee did I give you?
If they take it away from you, I'll pay you.
No. So that's what Rav is differentiating. He's differentiating. That's what he said. There's an anand tzaddik, right? If he would have been specific, he said, even if my creditor should come take it from you. Yeah, but Chared Dinav should be Kabbalah. He didn't. Take a look in Rashi. Rega. Neither Chared Almog Al Orim Olei Shelo Machmas Ruvein Kabbalah Shimon. And I said, Nafshi Iru Habolo Machmas Atzmo. That not. That he doesn't accept. But that, we could say that with sir. It's like he spoke out some specific mefurish. If it's somebody else, it's not his headache. I give you a guarantee. But this is your debt. This is your debt. Mode Rova, but Rova's mode. Beruven Shiorish Sodim Yaakov. What about it? He yarshin, even though he's normally say brokar davur. That's what Rashi speaks out. A son. I'll give you an example. The Gemara says in Bava Basra, a person steals something. Okay, and subsequently the owner despairs, and the thief sells it to a third party. What's the halacha? Could the one who was stolen, could he claim it from the third party? Can't claim it from the third party. Yeah, this thief went and sold it to a third party. Subsequently, the owner despaired, and he sold it after the despair. That's called Yushin Shini Rishus. Yeah, if there was despair and then there was a change of ownership, the one who has it doesn't have to return it to the original person. Of course, he has a claim against the thief, but against that third person, it remains there. Because he came into his domain after despair. So the Gemara has a question, what about if the father gifted it? Let's say the father steals something and gives it to the son. And then, could the thief now, the victim go to the son and says, you know something, your father stole it, but it's post-Yush. Gemara has a shayla, maybe not. Because we see the son and the father as one and the same person. It's called brokar davua. The son is in the shoes of the father. The Gemara has a question. In our situation, Reuven goes, inherits a field from Yaakov, his father. Yeah? And then he goes and sells it to Shimon. Okay? Shelo b'achrayus. He sells it to Shimon without a guarantee. So let's say Yaakov's creditor. No. But no, it's not his debt. We want to bring, it's not his debt. It's Yaakov's debt. Even though Yaakov and Reuven say brokar davua, right? Maybe brokar davua, we see them as one and the same. That Shimon goes and sells back the inheritance, sells back Reuven b'achrayus. Also balchov the Yaakov toraflei minei. Dinu does a Shimon mafzi lei minei. He has to work it out. My timer balchov the Yaakov balchov the alma dirmi. You know, because the person can't say, well, I see you and your father is the same. Because you could say it. That's the person's mentality. You and your father are the same person. We say no. If it's your debt, you created the debt, it's your creditor, then that guarantee I didn't do. But it's your father's. What do you have to do with your father? You know what this reminds me of? Because I experienced this a lot. Shut this off. I gave a guarantee if it's not the person's headache. When it is your headache, it's your father's chov. That's what Rabbi says no. Even so, people make that differentiation. I give a guarantee as long as you didn't create the problem, the guarantee is in place, right? Because there is such a mentality. And these two guys who made it, one of them was he did shady things, and he got by the skin of his teeth. He should say a goma 1,000 times, and he himself thinks he's a man d'omer. And the other guy, he made a few dollars, is also nothing. He's also a man d'omer. These two people. That's the way it is. Okay? Omer Rabbi Barchom, Ruvain Shemoch, listen to this one. Ruvain Shemoch Asode L'Shimon B'Achrayus. Ruvain sells a field to Shimon with a guarantee, but Shimon didn't have the money to pay. V'zokav olav b'milveh. So he has what? He has a document. He has an IOU from the buyer to Ruvain that he owes him the money. Yeah, listen to the story. Ruvain sells Shimon a field $1,000. Shimon buys the field with a guarantee. Now Ruvain got a note for the value of the property, or whatever he wasn't able to pay, right? From the buyer. Umes Ruvain. Hear this? Now something Ruvain dies. Ruvain dies. V'osa balchov de Ruvain v'torafle mishimon. Now the lender of Ruvain has a lien on the property, takes money for Shimon. Shimon now has a guarantee, right? So he could go back to Ruvain's heirs because whatever they have is liened. Wait a second. The document itself is what? That's metalta diyasmi. So he can't. The note is the metalta diyasmi. The note itself, we say that only the fixed property of their estate is liened. The movables are not liened. So that note is what? That's movable. That's immovable. So listen to the story. Ufaise bezuze. And what happened? Faise bezuze. And he worked it out by giving him
the money for the loan.
wait a second. Also ba'chov de Ruvain, v'ktar for the Shimon, ufaise bezuze. Wait a second. Dinuhu. Domine b'nei Ruvain, anan mitaltli shavak avun. Our father left this gaboch. Our father left this over metaltlin, the note, okay? Or metaltli asm lo mishtabdi. So therefore, you have to pay the note.
If you want the property, you have to pay the note.
No. So therefore, when you paid, he paid off the creditor because he wanted to keep the property.
You have to pay the note. He has to pay the note to keep the property.
Who paid the balchov? Shimon. Shimon's the buyer, but Shimon has a guarantee from Ruvain, but Ruvain has the notes. He says to them, you know something, I'm not paying the note because I paid the $1,000. So the Yisom say, what if the asked me? You still owe the note. You still owe the note. That's what they're saying. Omar Rava. So Rava says like this. So factually, he still has to pay it. So he says if the buyer Shimon would have been smart, this is what he would have done. Idoch madvilu nalayu aro. He should have let the man take the land. Take the land. So if he takes the land, it's a guarantee. Right? Idoch madvilu nalayu aro. He should give the land back to the Yisomim. V'adagov leiminayu. Then he'll take the land back from them. No. We're talking about the Shimon. Shimon has a guarantee. Shimon can't collect his guarantee because the Yisomim say it's metaltlin. The note is metaltlin. You got to pay us. Right? That's what he says.
So you're saying if Shimon
Shimon, he to the Yisomim. No, wait. So now what's his name? So who does the creditor go? He'll go after the Yisomim, because that shibud is on that. So that man says, yeah, what about you gave me a guarantee, right? So as a result, it will tear up the note now. I don't know the money, because the land itself has the lien, and he has a right to take the land. No, they take the karka. He doesn't have to pay for the karka. But the buyer gets his money back because the buyer has a lien to the Yisomim. This land has a double lien on it. The buyer has a double lien. No, the buyer has a double lien. The buyer has a lien, correct? No, another person, the third party has a lien on Ruvain's property. Ruvain's property. Wait, sold it to Shimon. Shimon couldn't afford. He didn't have it. So he gave a note. He gave him a note. He gave Sel a note. They inherit the note. The Yisomim held note. Wait a second. So if he, right. Good. Lo mishtabdi, no problem. So get the karka. So he goes to Shimon. Wait. So if the third party goes to Shimon to take the land, the third party he can't. No, he can't. No, that's metaltli di yasmin lo mishtabdi. No, they can't go back. No, they have to pay the note. Right. He has to pay the note. Even though he has the guarantee, it's worthless. Shimon has to pay the note because they said that has nothing to do with our father. So what should you do? Let what's his name?
The buyer, Shimon,
give it back to the Yisomim. Now the creditor is going to take the land. They have a choice. Either pay, he's going to take away from Yasmik. Now we have a guarantee. So what you took, I gave you the land back. So I owe you nothing. Okay? Well, the Rabbi Rav Nachman, listen to this. Rav Rabba Baravua. Yisom shegavu karka, b'chovas avian, bal chov, chosev gover samehen. Yeah, right. They bought it themselves. They paid for it. So you say, it's out. What does this have to do with you? But they bought it with their own money. But the same thing. So the money they took it back, it's like they paid for it. That's their money. Their money. Now the creditor is going to take that land from them. Right? That's it. Yisom should go with karch avim balchov, the balchov of the father chosev v'gova osamehen. Even though indirectly it's like the metaltli. They're losing their metaltli. Doesn't make a difference. Factually, the lien is a lien. The lien doesn't. No, he can't take it back. He has to come. He never paid for it. The note, the only thing, when he gave up the land, the note was canceled. Right? The note was canceled. So good. When he gives out, so what happens to the note? The note is canceled. Took the note back. Before he would have had double loss. Right? They have the note and he would have lost the land. He would have had to pay the note and he didn't have land. Like this, he gives up the land, he takes the note back, and now he works it out with them. And the creditor, even though they paid with their own cash, because they had to give up the note to get back the property. No, but it's no worse. No. Factually, the property has the lien of the father. Let's say the kids would buy the property of their father. And property from a third party, and it has a lien of the father on it. Forget no notes. No seller note. Let's say the father, before he died, he borrowed money, then he sold the property, and now the kids buy the property. The kids buy it after the father dies. The credit of the father can't go to the kids and say, I want the property. It has nothing to do with Talmud Mishtabdi. I'm giving you a case. Ruvain borrowed money. He owns land. He sells it off to a third party. Subsequently, his kids go after he dies. They buy the property. No, they want it for whatever. They bought it and out of their own money. Now the father's creditor shows up. No, it has nothing to do with it. He left him nothing. He sold off all his property before he died. He sold off his property 5 years before he died. Right? And it was a 10-year debt to pay. 10 years later, in the interim, they went and they bought the land after the father died. Now the Balchov, of course he takes the land. Of course, he has a shibud. Why shouldn't he collect the land? They said, well, we paid with our own money. Couldn't care less. Shibud is shibud. My shibud preceded your purchase. Same thing over here. You metabli ask me no mishtabdi. But is it worse than your own cash? You pay with your own cash. I take the land back. Right? That's what the Gemara is saying. Okay? That's Rabbi Chom Yisam should go v'kark v'chovas avien, v'chov chozim v'govas mehen. Omar Rabba Ruven Shemach Kosa Dosav L'Shimon. Listen to the story. They should teach this in business school. All these cases. Ruven Shemach Kosa Dosav L'Shimon. Ruven sells all his properties to Shimon. V'chozim Shimon mochas sod achas Levi. Now Shimon goes and says he bought a whole portfolio of properties, sells one field to a third party, to Levi. Now every one of the properties are linked to the debt, correct? Let's say he has $100 debt, $100,000 worth of properties. That $100, that Balchov could collect from any one of those properties. He sold off the property to Levi. That means he could go to Levi, go to Shimon. It's his prerogative to wherever he wants to go. Okay. Vosa Balchov de Ruvain, Rotzim Izegov, right? Because every one of the properties is liened. Yeah. Reuven would have had inferior quality property. The creditor can't go to Levi. Because Reuven still has a piece of property, even though it's Ziburis. That's Mechorin, right? That's what he says. And from Mechos Mishubarim, Bakushesh B'Nechorin, Afilain Ziburis. Kosavu the Reuven, Balchovo, because Reuven is truly the debtor. Right? Vomer Abonim, they ticket olam, Kos Machesh, Eitzel Balchovo, K'dei Chovo, Lo Yisrael Kuchos, Avokat Shimon La Balchovo. Both of these people are what? Are lean. They both have lean properties. That's your connection. So there's no difference between Shimon and Levi. So if Shimon doesn't have the Bainis, I go to Levi for the Bainis. That's a Ratz Mizeg over, Ratz Mizeg over. If it was bought with a guarantee. If he bought, unless he bought it without a guarantee, he gets nothing. Right? That depends on the guarantee. Okay, good. So listen what happened. It's speaking where Shimon sold the medium quality proper. Yeah? But let's say he sold the better quality and the inferior. Yeah? Ubeinis nami lo amoran el doshovik beinis the kabosa. What's this? But if he sold off the what? Zovni Aegis is buris. Motzi omali. Yeah.
I particularly bought only the worst or the best, so that nobody can come and take it. About Fol is only entitled to Bainis, so that's why you can't come to me. Ladies telling about Fol, you can't come to me because I specifically bought Ziburis or Aegis, and I did not buy Bainis because Bainis is what
You see, from Shimon. Let's say Shimon would have Bainis, Aegis, and Levi would have a Bainis. No, he could go get Aegis from Shimon. Aegis, because see, Shimon, he took over the whole package. So when you take over the whole package, no. Let's say you took over. Let's say then now you sold off the Bainis. Doesn't make a difference. You took over everything. I have a right to take Aegis. I have a Shibud. They're two different people. But I have a choice. I could take. But let's say there's not enough to cover. Or let's say you're a complicated guy. I prefer to take Aegis rather than take Ziburis, rather than take Bainis. But what happens if he sells off the Aegis and the Ziburis to the third guy? And the second person has the Bainis. Levi could say, you're not coming to me. You got Bainis over there? You should go to him with Bainis. I specifically purchased the Aegis and that, and I left that, so you should go to him, not come to me. Even though the liens are identical liens, doesn't make a difference. Hochi tarchi zvini arad lo chazu loch ubeinis nami lo amore ed lo shovik beinis de kabosa. Yeah, avol shovik beinis de kabosa motzumlei hinach loch mokum likvosei menu. What does that mean? He says this is only saying lo amoron elod lo shav beinis de kabosa.
If there's not enough Benoni to pay you off, and if there is enough value of Benoni, so I left you your lot to be covered. Can't come to me.
With the third party.
Can't come to Levi. Can't come to me. Levi's saying
Even when he buys the Bainis, he can't come to him if there's sufficient by the second one.
Levi could have bought Bainis, Ziburis, and Aegis, but as long as he left enough by Shimon of Bainis, then you could have to go to Shimon. You can't even come to me to get the Bainis. You can't even come to me to get the Bainis. Nothing. I left enough there to take it to account.
Tosus himself learned that literally. That's not what it means. He says lav davka. Lav davka kamra hay lishna. Lo shach lo mahochi el gabi bailim. Lo gabi, because again, right? Factually, the second and third parties both shubadim. They're both lien properties, right? Right, the second one takes over the exact position of the verb. The second one, the first bar could say you take benish, you're not taking ijus and ziburis. Right? Avo lo shovik beinin is the kavoso lo motzi litchoso eitz ziburis. The rishon. Wait a second. But lo shovik beinis the kavoso lo motzi eitz ziburis the rishon. Nami lo yochel litchoso eitz ziburis. Why? Wait a second. No, avo lo shovik beinis the kavoso. Lo motzet chos eziburos the rishon. Who's the rishon? It doesn't mean the
rishon nami lo yochel. That's what it is. The rishon nami lo yochel.
The rishon nami lo yochel eitz ziburis.
Only Reuben can pay his debt with ziburis. In a chorin, only because he's a balchor. But
he can't push him. He can't push him to ziburis. Why? If you lo hadr shtorach ziburis. Okay, so what's this? Because just as I could have collected from Ruvain, from Ziburis, and he can't push him off. So the same thing, if Shimon has that, he can't push him off to what? To Levi. Even though it's a whole different lumdus. Even because there, of course, it's Bnei Chorin. Right? It's Bnei Chorin, that's the reason. Yeah, I hear that. Is that a double poshut? If he doesn't have enough bainis to pay. Of course. No, he does have bainis. He does have bainis. Then he could go to Levi. No. The Gemara doesn't say that. No. Take a look. No. Bain. No. Lo chazul. Amalei lochi tarchi. He said, "Arad lo chazul ubain in his nami." Wait, lo amoron. Even if he buys bainis Levi, right? We say if he has bainis, he could take ijus from Shimon or bainis from Levi. But what about there's not enough bainis by what's his name? By Shimon. Right? U'meinis nami, even if Shimon has bainis, lo amoron el lo shovik bainis the kavoso.
If he didn't, he can.
No, but
Only if he didn't, he can.
if Shimon has bainis, he can't send them for bainis to Levi.
If he has enough benonis to cover his note,
Isn't that double poshut?
if he doesn't have, he has only half.
So it's understood he could go to Levi.
So he did.
No, for bainis. Well, that's poshut. Wait, that's poshut. That we said before. Wait a second. Before we said, if Levi has Ziburis, and what's his name? And Shimon has the Ziburis, and he sold Bainis and Aegis, and he has enough Ziburis to cover, you don't go, because he says, I was matrich by Bainis and that, because I left you something. No. We're saying that to Shimon. Levi can say to Shimon, Levi buys Ziburis, buys Aegis and Bainis. And there's enough Ziburis by Shimon. By Shimon, to cover the debt, you can't send him to Levi for the Aegis and Bainis.
No, you can't.
No.
Yes, you can. Absolutely you can.
Only Bnei Chorin.
No, only Bnei Chorin. That's right of collecting from Ziburis is only to...
Lama ela de zov and Bainis. Avo zov I meant Aegis and Ziburis. If he sold Aegis and Ziburis, and Shimon has Bainis, of course he can't send them there. Right.
As long as he has to cover.
Correct.
If he doesn't have to cover...
You know why? Because we really, the fact is we see that 2 and 3 as one person. If you have one person, where do you collect from? You collect from Bainis. Right? You look at 2 and 3 as one. So if one person is all 3, where does he collect from? Only Bainis. So if number 3 has Aegis and Ziburis, you have no relevance to it. Right? Right. I mean, isn't that a double poshut? Wasn't that a double poshut? Why?
We said that we can't choose
If we're saying, no, if we're saying if 2 and 3 are the same person,
If you come
we
to
see 2 and 3 as the same
if
person.
you come to three has any difference.
Let me ask a question. If number 2 would buy everything, and now the creditor comes, right? And he says, I want to collect, and he only has 50% bonus to cover.
Then you can tell him then everything will be split once. Then the value is first.
Yeah, and what the balance from the other.
You went and spent the
Good. So he says it's double poshut.
So if he has enough,
Because we look at him as once, he said, go get the bonus. It's double poshut. Is that a double poshut? You go to number 3? He does. He sold me bonus el shavik bonus the kavosa.
He bought everything. He just left enough banners to cover the whole.
The kavosa. No, the kavosa. Be the equivalent of the loan.
Equivalent loan. He left enough banners by Shimon to cover the loan. What? Yeah,
That's what we're saying. That's the chiddush. That's the chiddush. That even though Levi has some baininess, if there's enough there, because you see all as one, let him go to Levi. Even there, he can't go to Levi. That's a chiddush. To say that he doesn't have enough, that there's no chiddush. Of course, he goes to Levi. That's what we're saying. That's the chiddush. That's the chiddush. That we don't see him exactly. If there's not enough, we see him like one person. But if they're not, it's enough. Then you go to Shimon. You don't go to Levi, even though Levi has baininess. That's a chiddush. Okay.